What is considered confusingly similar? A viewer wants to know. So I'm going to spend the next 3 minutes discussing that issue. I'm Angela Langlotz, trademark and copyright attorney, and I go live here on weekdays to discuss trademarks and copyrights. So a viewer asked, they commented on one of my YouTube videos with a question, which is what you can do if you have questions. They said, what is considered confusingly similar? Well, a trademark. So we have two trademarks. We've got the senior mark and then we've got the junior mark. And so we ask ourselves, is the junior mark confusingly similar to the senior mark such that registration of the junior mark would create a likelihood of consumer confusion with regard to the source of the goods and services behind the two marks? If the answer is yes, all right, if there is a likelihood of confusion, then the junior mark will not register. So how close can we get? Well, it's one of those multi-factor tests, and there's a lot of factors, but one of the big factors is, are the goods similar or related? If the goods are similar or related, for the junior mark and the senior mark, then that ups the likelihood that there will be a finding that the junior mark and the junior mark is confusingly similar to the senior mark. So we have to look at the goods. If the goods are the same or similar or related, then we also ask, how close are the trademarks? Do they sound the same? Do they give a similar commercial impression? Do they look similar? Are they so similar that a consumer would be confused if they saw thing one and thing two on the shelf side by side? Would they be confused and think that maybe thing two and thing one came from the same company, the same source? If the answer to that is yes, then there is a high degree of likelihood that they will be found confusingly similar and the junior mark will not issue. So it's not just one thing that we can look at. We have to look at how related the goods are. That is a big question here. So sometimes people think, oh, well, I can avoid any confusingly similar problems if I just add an S or if I spell it differently, but it sounds the same. And those things are incorrect. All right. So you can't just say it's not confusingly similar because you spell it differently or because you added an S. Neither of those things has any power to distinguish between the senior mark and the junior mark, which is what we really need to do here. So if the consumer would look at it and say that they're likely to be confused, then the marks are confusingly similar. So it sounds like a pretty straightforward analysis, but because of all the factors involved, it can be a lot more than that. So this is why we recommend having an attorney do a trademark search before you file a trademark application, because we tend to know a little bit closer where the lines are between the junior mark and the senior mark, and we could advise you about that. I'm Angela Langlotz. You can find me online at TrademarkDoctor.net. On YouTube, just go search Trademark Doctor. I've got over 450 videos there now. You can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/trademarkdoctor and on Parler at parler.com/trademarkdoctor. Message me. No, don't message me. I used to say message me. I keep forgetting. Drop any questions that you have about trademark and copyright law into the comments, and I will answer them just as I've done here in a future live video.